In Russian news, the big story is anybody's guess, because on Friday, BuzzFeed reported that Trump directed Michael Cohen to lie to Congress. Michael, lie to Congress and you won't go to jail. See how I'm lying to you? Do like that. So that's the ballgame. Trump broke the law, convened the Judiciary Committee, draw up the charges, and wheel his Hall of Presidents robot into the impeachment nook. But a few hours later, we went from BuzzFeed to Buzzkill because Robert Mueller's office released this statement: BuzzFeed's description of specific statements to the special counsel's office and characterization of documents and testimony obtained by this office regarding Michael Cohen's congressional testimony are not accurate. This was supposed to be the thing. Mueller, you're not my real special counsel. I hate you. Can you at least, sir, be more specific? Exactly which part of the story are you refuting it? Are some of it? All of it? Your Honor, the prosecution's description of specific statements regarding me strangling the UPS man in the foyer are not accurate. It was in the vestibule. Despite Mueller's statement, BuzzFeed stands by their story. They continue to say that Cohen told special counsel Robert Mueller that the president personally instructed him to lie by claiming that negotiations over the Moscow Trump Tower ended months earlier than they actually did. But the only way they could prove it at this point is for someone on Trump's team to say something very, very stupid. Enter Trump lawyer Rudy. Thank you. Yes, Trump lawyer and drunk customer attempting to crawl through the drive-through window, Rudy Giuliani. Giuliani went on the Sunday shows to clear Trump of the latest scandal by creating a new one.
Did President Trump or anyone on the Trump team talk to Michael Cohen about his congressional testimony before he gave congressional testimony or after he gave congressional testimony?
If he had any discussions with him, they'd be about the version of the events that Michael Cohen gave then, which they all believe was true. I believed it was true.
But you just acknowledged that President Trump might have talked to him about his testimony.
And so what?
So what? So guilty. And it gets worse. Remember, Trump has claimed that all negotiations over Trump Tower Moscow, anything having to do with the Russians, end in the summer of 2016. BuzzFeed is claiming that that's what Trump told Cohen to lie about. So naturally, in an interview with the New York Times, Giuliani quoted Trump as saying, the Trump Tower Moscow discussions were going on from the day I announced to the day I won. Mr. President, you need to talk to a better lawyer. Maybe Robert Mueller. I hear he knows a lot about your case already. He'll cut you a good deal. Now, okay, this doesn't just prove that Cohen lied to Congress. It proves Trump lied to everyone when he talked about anything during the campaign.
I have nothing to do with Russia, folks.
I have nothing to do with Russia. I don't have any jobs in Russia. I'm all over the world, but we're not involved in Russia.
They said maybe Donald Trump is involved in projects with the Russians. The answer is no. Zero. I mean, I will tell you right now, zero. I have nothing to do with Russia. I have nothing to do with Russia.
You are going to prison. So, Trump didn't tell the American people he was negotiating with the Kremlin during his campaign. If we had known that, we might have seen this whole Russia scandal coming. But as it is, the 2016 election was an NFL wide receiver, and here comes the Trump and the Russians, and boom, blammo. Clear interference, but they still win the game. Oh, and that yellow stuff they pour on the coach, that's not Gatorade. We got a great show for you tonight.